Hello, welcome back. And in the previous video, I told you about how to create all of these pebbles. I mean, I don't tell you how to create those, but how to get those and add them in your scene to enhance your scene. And also, we have this beautiful looking water or pond, whatever you want to call it. And we'll not be using this pot vase, but we'll be using its assets like those leaves tidbits. These one, yep. If I zoom into it, you can see we'll be using all of these. We solved that issue which we were having due to that. You know what? I'll just increase the scale of it. SS till here. So Control A, apply scale. Okay, that is looking great. I'll connect the volume again to it. Make it bluish. Something like that. No, not that much, of course. Something like this, slightly bluish. Yep. You can even increase the density of it to make it more darker, but that is too much, so I'll just keep it as is. I think 1.2 is looking fine, so we can use 2, and we can even increase the hue of it. Greenish cyanish color, way better than this blue color. Hold Alt and check this receive shadow caustics options. That is it. I guess that it should have worked. Yes, it did. Well, that is great. Some other things that we can do is, we need to add some flowers also. So again, I'll come here in the Blender Kit add-on and click this eye icon and type here flower. That's it. And come here, free forest. We just need a few good flowers. This one will not work. I think this will work. So what I'll do is I'll first do shift right click here. Okay, so what this will do is basically this will take the 3D cursor from world's origin and put it over here, like wherever you will be putting it. So let's bring this one. Do we need some grass? I think we do. So let's first see what kind of assets we have. Oh, this is real good. So I also want to bring this one. This is really nice. We'll be using these flowers, and I think this is enough, so we can close this for now. Come here. You see this plane axis? Do full stop over here. Click S to scale that asset. Maybe something like 5. You can see scale X, Y, and Z. Control A, apply the scale. Zoom that in. We just need the flowers. I'll hit tab. First of all, I'll come here and hit full stop to see. Okay, so these are basically planes, and knife tool has been used here. Well, that is fine. They should be connected. So I'll do this. I'm selecting all with holding shift, and I'll do Control J to join all of these. And I think these are looking good. I'll just go to rendered view just for a moment. I'll select this much area with Control B, box selecting it, and that is looking fine. Control Alt B to remove that box selected area. So let me just take that, hold G and shift G again, and let's do one thing. Let's shift right click over here so that we have that 3D cursor now there, and then shift S, selection to cursor, because you already have this selected. So selection to cursor, and now we can see that in camera, I think. Okay, so no. So GZ, bringing that above, RZ, rotate it to something like this. Okay, so we need to scale it up. I think this is fine. GZ, bring that down. Yep, something like this. Again, shift D to duplicate it, and on on Y axis, bring it over here. RZ to rotate it. Then again shift D to duplicate it, and then Y to maybe putting that behind the glass. So what you can do is come here, G Shift Z, and putting it over here. So we have that, kind of flower behind that. And yeah, you can do all of that stuff. Maybe we can come and see what kind of flowers we have. So all of these are like this purple flower. So I think we can now remove all of these. We don't need all of these now. Well, that's what I think. So I can come to this, and if I uncheck this, those flowers will also, oh sorry, I just did that. If I uncheck this, those flowers will also vanish. So what we need to do is select this, come here, and let me just select it. Yeah, so this, shift, and this, Control M, put them in a new collection. Sorry, what just happened? Yeah, sorry, M, new collection, and type flowers. Okay, so flowers, and put these over there. And now we can delete these, I think. No need to delete those, just uncheck this. Let's go to this flower vase, which is our, let me just select objects, next model. So this one is basically, let me select this, G Shift Z, put this over here, right word. Okay, so this is our next model. Oh, we got something wrong. Maybe scaling that up a bit will help. No, so these flowers are not real, and we need real flowers. At least we should have a good material on it, which is not present here. So this is something we need to deal with, I think. Maybe we can use those little, but no, this is not what we want. So we can delete this collection. It's of no use. Wait, I deleted the wrong one. So select objects and delete all of these, and also this collection will delete automatically. Now this arcs value, what is this? Yeah, so now we come to this main over here. By the way, I'm switching with numpad, this 0 dot over here. Okay, and G Shift Z, put this over here onto the light so that we can see, and you can see over here also what I'm doing. Yeah, these flowers are looking real nice. All of it is looking real nice, to be honest. We just need to, I'll go in edit mode. I'll just delete this. Okay, also this, then select it, then G Shift Z, or instead Shift S, selection to cursor, hit 0 to see how it's looking. G Shift Z, put these over there, we can do all of that kind of stuff. G Shift Z, put these over here, and maybe GZ to put these under the water. Yeah, making those small is way better. So G Shift Z, like putting those, Shift D, Shift Z, putting those over here, RZ, rotating them then coming over here, grabbing another one, I think this one. So Shift S, selection to cursor, and then G Shift Z, doing the same thing, making them smaller. I think this much is fine. R Z Z, whatever you wanna call it. I'll just not put it direct in front of the camera, so you can put these over here, as scale it down, something like this basically. Now this is looking like we have created an environment. Okay, so it's looking good. And then selecting these three, then Shift D, Shift C, putting them randomly over here and there, just to cover them. R Z, Yeah, so something like this. G shift C, and then scaling them down more. Yeah, that is looking fine. And G Z, putting them down. So something like this, so that we have some tidbits over here and there. And then taking all of these. Let me just do full stop over here. So what we can do is, now we can select, let me just hide my plane with H, and let me select all these, but that is a problem, so I'll hit Alt H2, unhide the objects. So what we can do is, we can just come here, this, and where are the others? Let me just again move them to collection. Collection will be, where are those collection? Flowers. Yeah, so move them to flowers, come here again, hit full stop, and we can delete this image, or maybe hide it. Yeah, hide it. Then select this, this. Are there any other flowers? No. Then M, then again move them to flowers. Now you can select these and unuse them, maybe uncheck the collection, and I think it's looking better, at least better than before. And maybe come here, and in materials we do have this kind of material. Okay, well, those are baked. I just want to change its color to blue. That's it. No issue. Red is also looking fine. In fact, it is creating a diversity which is looking really great. G, yeah. So I need to now remove this pot from here. So G shift C, removing that, and maybe let's come here. I'll just grab this leaf and these. Okay, and hit M, flowers, and let's select any of this. We'll stop. So this is this, and uncheck our collection. That is it. Now take this G. Now you can see how it's behaving. So what we need to do is R, something like this, then G shift C. Yep, looking nice. Maybe let's do one thing. Let's make it stand up, then do this kind of stuff towards the camera actually. So GX, G shift C. I don't want to hide the flowers, I want to show them also, and meanwhile I want to hide that also to create that bokeh effect, bokeh or bokeh, whatever it is called. So I'll put this one over here, then I'll go tab mode, something like this, and hit Alt Z, then select this much part. Okay, P by selection. Now these two parts are separated, so I'll select this one, G shift Z, and maybe putting it somewhere here will does the job, and GZ to make it a little bit bigger, GY, maybe something like this. Maybe that is too high. This much is fine. Control A, apply scale, Alt Z to, yup, that is looking great. And we can use this leaf also, G shift G again, and put it over here, and then again GZ, maybe make it smaller, Control A, apply scale, and let's turn on snapping and face project, and then G. Wait, what? It should snap on this. Actually, I think it is snapping, but because of its geometry, right click, set origin to geometry, right click, parent, clear parent, and keep transformation. right click, set origin to 3D, no, origin to geometry, and G, now put it over here. I don't know why it's not working. It should work, by the way. We can remove that. So it just basically creates that diversity, you can say, diversity, differentiation, whatever you want to call it. And then Shift D, G, and then if you'll hold Control, that snapping will work automatically. If you don't hold that, it will not work. So I'll hold Control and put it over here, something like this. You can see it's working. R, Z, rotate it, or you can hit R twice to rotate it in the viewport itself, like how you want it. Then G, and again holding Control. I think this is looking way better. It should not look like it's floating, so what I'll do is I'll bring it down. Yeah, I think this is fine. And R, X like this. Yeah, looking fine. And we can create bits of it. Shift D, Shift Z, you know, R, Z, like this, G, Z, R, Z. Yeah, so all that kind of stuff basically. And I think we have a much better looking shot right now, at least better than before. Maybe we don't need to make it metallic. Okay, so I'll just, okay, so it's lagging. It's a heavy scene now, guys. Maybe a little bit of metallic. It depends, right? It depends. It totally depends. Something like this, to the state where you like it. And we have high contrast enabled in the render properties. Yeah, we do have that enabled. And I don't think that we need to do any other stuff. So you can, yeah, one more thing, we haven't labeled our this image now. So I'll go to this UVator over here, which I have already opened. Okay, I'll click home to fit this to view, and also home here to fit this to view. So what I'll do is I'll hit tab and then U, and then unwrap. It's unwrapped now. Okay, so right click over here and UV, transform, mirror, snap, ground to pixels, constraints to image, bound, spin, unpin, mark seam, seam, pack islands, minimize, stretch, align, show, hide faces, export UV layout. Yeah, there it is. So I'll make it 2048 by 2048 PNG image. Okay, all UVs, export all UVs in this mesh, just not the visible ones. Modified, export UVs from the modified mesh. The modified mesh, what is this? Let me just do this modified. Let me uncheck this. Okay, fill opacity, yeah, we don't do all that. So yeah, we have plain.png, so we can export UV layout. Now I'll uncheck this tab mode. So now let me just open my software of choice. You can do any software like Adobe Illustrator, Adobe Photoshop, or anything like that. I'm using DaVinci Resolve. That's my software of choice. You can choose this in anyone. You just basically need to have that